Hey there! Welcome to the channel where you find love, laughs, and DIYs. My name is Crafty Kathy, and I am tickled pink that you came to spend some time with me today. And I would like to ask you to hit that red subscribe button and become a part of our family here on YouTube. We would love to have you, and there's always plenty of room. And it's totally free, so you have nothing to lose. Come on and join our family. And if you would, give me a big thumbs up. That's the like button, because it really helps me out on YouTube. Hey guys, it's me, Crafty Kathy. I hope you liked my video yesterday on the baskets and birds. And this is me in the morning when I wake up in all my beauty. So I'm out here cleaning the pool this morning, and I wanted to share with you guys. I promised you last week that when I was going to be doing that festival up at Arrowhead that I would take you along. And I didn't want my video to be too long yesterday because I noticed that subscribers tend to flee whenever the video gets too long, and I would too, because I'm like, I got other things to do, Crafty Kathy, besides watch you all day. So I wanted to make a shorter video where you could see what happened at the festival, and so you could see the haul that I went to on Thursday. Today's Saturday, and I spent over $200 that day. I went to a yard sale and spent $160 at the yard sale. And then I went to a little antique store in Dayton, Tennessee. And that is where I'm wanting to move my booth. At the present moment, there is no booth. Well, I do have a booth at Chattanooga Market, but it is a weekend open air booth. I hope that makes sense. It's one of those booths like, it's only on weekends. There is a lot of traffic that comes through there, a lot of traffic, okay? It's a cool thing to do on the weekends is to go to Chattanooga and walk around because it's a beautiful place. It's really evolving. There's a lot of people moving into the area, and we have a lot of business when I do down there. And what you do is, this is the headache of the Chattanooga Market booth, is I have to load everything up into totes, take it down there, unload it, get it set out, make it look pretty like a sweet little booth. I think it's a 10 by 10 or maybe a 12 by 12 area that I have down there. And then what you don't sell, you load it back up and you bring it back home, and then you unload it again, and then you do it all again the next weekend. But the good thing about that market is I can choose when I want to do it, and I don't do it every weekend. I can't, okay? After COVID, it got me down so much that after 3 hours of doing a market anymore, I'm like, I'm wore out, man. Like, I'm tired. And so I don't push myself anymore as far as that goes. I do what I can. You know, we got to learn, and I'm only 45, but you got to learn as you get older. You do what you can, and you let it go. You just, you don't hold on to that. I know when I was younger, I thought I had to be Superwoman. I could get up and clean the house and cook dinner and do everything that needed to be done in a day and do it to perfection. And then when I lay down at night, I felt accomplished. I don't do that no more. They're lucky if they get dinner. And I don't know how I got off on that subject. But anywho, let's get into this video because I don't want this one to be too long. I love you. Arrowhead is about 1 hour from my house, and that's where we're going to. It's a little resort in Spring City, Tennessee. So here, we're just headed up Highway 27 northbound, and we are on our way. But first, we had to stop in Dayton to get a little breakfast, and it put us behind on our schedule. That's my husband in front of me, and he was pulling the jet ski because they have a place where you can launch right there. And I had my 14-year-old daughter with me and her friend. Now look at these beautiful back roads. I just love back roads. There's something very soothing and quiet and calming about a back road because you're not being pushed through. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, slow down and take the back roads. Here's the signs to get into Arrowhead. And we are on our way. Of course, we're probably about 10 minutes off the main highway at this point. and we're about to come upon the resort. Now we're inside Arrowhead, and the biggest thing that people do around here is fish. They have big fishing tournaments and that type thing. And here's where people store their boats at, and it's a nice place. It's got a restaurant, a little gift store, and their campground holds about 20 campers right now, but they're building on about 20 more. And then there's about 20 little cabins around it and one big cabin in the middle. It didn't officially start until 12 o'clock, and of course it was about 8:30 when we rolled in, because my husband is go, 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 and he's always on time. And so, yeah. Oh, and by the way, there's the little restaurant out in the front, and there's the motel that I was telling y'all about that reminds me of the movie Psycho, because it's one of those motels that just has like 14 rooms, and it's a one level. There's a little area here where people can swim, and they had a couple little things set up for the kids, and yeah, it's going to be a fun day. Tell me if I'm wrong. Does this not remind you of the Bates Motel? Because it's just a one-level motel. I don't know why those motels that's what comes to my mind. I am just now getting my stuff set up, and I had a minute to stop and come and get my squares. I haven't even set up yet, and I have people raiding the booth and saying, I want this and I want this. And sometimes it's hard to get set up, you know, but we didn't bring a whole lot, a truckload of stuff. I think we got 2 totes and maybe 1 or 2 small ones. But, you know, like I said, I only had a couple days, so I did the best I could, which I'm proud of what I got here. And people are like, your prices are so low. I always hear that, but then I feel bad about going up on prices. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to ever feel like I'm taking advantage of somebody. That's just me. I'd literally be the one in bed at night like, why did I do that? So I'm going to show you my little booth here in just a second. All right, guys, so this is what I come up with in my little amount of time. I've still got some of my windows that I'm making. There's that one famous one that everybody loves so much. I haven't sold it because I kept it for the longest time. But since I didn't have a lot of time, you know, I told you I was going to be pulling stuff off the walls, and this was one of them, because I thought I can get more of the transfers and make more. You know, I hate to let it go, but it is what it is. This is that door that my husband made, the little screen door thing. Then here's on this side some more of my stuff. And this is a shelf that he makes. He makes these barnwood shelves, and he sells them cheap. I think this one's only like maybe this one's 30 and the smaller one's 20, but the smaller one's not that much smaller. It's this one right here. Remember that picture I made, and I kept it. No, I didn't. I was telling a story. I made 2 of those. That's the second one that I made. There's my light up box that I made. I'm just going to show some of my stuff. These are, I was saving those for my patio, the 2Bs. But like I said, with the time that I had, I just had to pull stuff together. So those are already sold, and we haven't even started selling yet. I've sold those. I've sold the bread box. I've sold, remember this from the other day? I sold it. Sold that. And the lady and that. And I haven't even started selling yet. So pretty much everything right here and these 2 are already sold. And I haven't even started yet. It doesn't start for about another 30 minutes, I guess it is. But you see, I don't have a whole ton of stuff sitting up. It's just, it is what it is. There's that airplane that I got yesterday. I figured I'd put it up there. And then I put my farmhouse thing up there to show people that I do make them. I didn't have time to make anymore, but I put it up there so people could see that I make them. Y'all remember that I sold or made not too long ago. There's some of my cards in that new little basket that I made. That farmhouse dish is breathtaking, I think. There's my little pocket posies that I made. There's that boot, y'all. There's my chickens that I just made and my box that I just made. And do you remember not long ago when I made these with the napkins? I've got those. I've got that with a bee on it. I didn't even put flowers in it. I was in such a hurry. I just put it the way it is and mark the price down. That way if somebody wants it, they can put them some flowers in it, whatever they want. And I hate to part with this right here and my birds, y'all. My candles, but I'm going to if somebody wants them. Now my candlesticks are staying. They ain't going nowhere. I got those for way too good of a price, and I'll never find chunky candlesticks as nice as these were. I am actually in the process of looking for a new location for a booth, and I think I may have found one. I'm not 100% sure yet, but until that lady calls me, I may possibly set up a website where I'm going to be just selling my stuff on that and see how that goes. I pulled everything out of the one booth and left that store, so now I'm in the process of just having the Chattanooga Market booth. It's the only one I have. We didn't have a huge crowd, and to be honest, the people that came when I was setting up was the most business I had all day. I just kind of kicked back and enjoyed the day, and my daughter and her friends jet skied all day. My husband walked around and talked to everybody all day and annoyed the death out of me. And so, yeah, we had a pretty good day. Now, this was my situation most of the day because my feet were swelling, and I just sat there with them up pretty much all day long. I didn't make a bunch of sales. It was right under $200 is all I made, which is not bad for this resort because that's the only people that was there were the people that were staying at the resort. Now, usually when I sell at a festival, like there is a strawberry festival that's close to me, I can do triple or possibly, 4 times that amount in one day. But with the little inventory I had and the little business that was here, I guess I did okay. And like I said, I enjoyed the day, but most of my stuff came home with me. My biggest sale of the day was around $140 for just one sale, so that wasn't too bad, and we only stayed about 4 to 5 hours. The booth is down. Everything's loaded into the truck. They're just getting the jet ski and getting it put on the back of the truck. But yeah, we are on our way back to Saudi Daisy. So, I mean, we had a good day all in all. I think I'm going to stick to the booth life. It's easier when you have a booth because you got your DIYs there. They stay there. Somebody else does the register and all that good stuff. You just pay your fee. And once a week, I might take 5 or 6 DIYs there and see what needs to be replenished, that kind of thing. And I'm actually looking into another one. I do one at the Chattanooga Market. And it's not a booth as in, it's an open air market, if you want to call it that. It's not an antique booth at an antique dealer. So anyway, that's one of my booths. And the other one I'm looking into going to a new place. There's a place in Chattanooga. It is called Dirty Jane's. It's huge. It's got well over 100 vendors there. And I'm kind of looking into going to that one. So we may have a little bit of difference or some changes coming soon, and I'll take you guys and show you. But anyways, I love y'all. I'm worn out, so I'm going inside for some Miss Kitty and Matt Dillon because I'm so tired. I love y'all. Bye. Now, Sabby wanted to show y'all that he's a true Harley hog, and do not worry, he is a professional. He's been doing this since he was a puppy. My husband has a gripper that goes on the tank of his motorcycle that grips Sabby, if you will, and Sabby stands up. We lost a helmet. But we live on a dead-end road, and Sabby and my husband just go up and down this road. Now, Sabby had to show himself off to you and show how amazing he is. Like I said, don't come after me. There's grippers, and he stands, and he's done this since he was a puppy. I mean, this dog rides everything. He rides jet skis with us. He rides, you name it, he rides it. He has a little doggy life vest, and he rides jet skis. And then when he saw the dog next door, he had to jump off and go flirt, because that's just how he rolls. And then he realized my husband was moving. He was like, hey, wait a minute. Well, wait a minute. We're hardly hogs together. So anyways, I had to show you that. Don't come after me. He has a gripper. And then I did this one in slow motion. This is my grandson. I want you to see his face whenever they pull in the yard. And my husband just drives him to the dead end, which is right over the hill. I mean, our road is not even a fourth of a mile long. Well, maybe about a fourth to a half a mile at the most. So I make my husband stay on this road with my grandson and Sabby, because they're just too precious to lose on a motorcycle. You know, there's just too many crazy drivers. Look at my grandson's face when he comes in. He thought he was just doing something, but he look at me. Look what I just did. So anyways, I wanted to show y'all that. And now I want to show y'all the haul that I got. This is the stuff that I got at the yard sale. It's in the back of my husband's truck. You can't really see everything right here, but I got a set of end tables, and these are to resell. I'm going to paint them and resell them. You know, I had asked you guys last week to let me know if you want to see a couple of just small furniture thingies here and there. And this is kind of what I'm talking about. Here's one of those old tater bins. These are big sellers in the booth right now. I've noticed that things that were big in the 80s, like the bread box and the tater box, they've come back. People want these things in their house again. And guess what? They're real wood. It's not that cheap knockoff stuff that we've gotten accustomed to lately, you know. It's the good stuff. And so he's going to set the stuff out right here, and it might be a little bit easier to see. I believe somebody tried to paint these tables already. They didn't do that great of a job. I'm not trying to be mean, but, and of course, I am hard on myself, so, you know, they did a pretty good job. Maybe they had it in a kid's room or something. Well, it's end tables. I don't know. And I'm sorry, y'all. I wanted this video to be so much quicker, because I look and see how long people watch the videos, and the average is about 10 minutes. So I try to keep them short, but you know me, I'm long-winded. So we got the set of tables, and the little thing that I just picked up was just a shelf. Everything that we got was real wood. No, not everything. I'm sorry. There was one thing that's not real wood. Now, I put up the other side of the garage because I wanted to show you guys this table, or this desk that I got. This is an old desk that actually came out of that Bates Motel up there, Arrowhead, and they gave it to my husband. And it's just an old wooden desk, and inside the drawers, it was lined with old newspaper. I love that. And if you look on top of that desk, did you see those old Coke bottles from the 70s? And so I have a lot to work on. Here on the bottom is a hall tree. You know, they call them a hall tree, which is basically kind of like a storage bench that goes in the hallway. And then on the top there was an old hope chest. Now this is very interesting. It's a huge, heavy flower planter. And it has a real copper insert. And my husband said that copper insert that's inside it alone is at least $80 worth of copper. And it comes out, so really cool. Now, this is the piece that is not real. Or it's, you know, got the Formica top. Not Formica, but the fake top. I don't know the word, and I hate to say fake because it sounds so terrible. But you know, it's like a sofa table. That's what they call them. The drawers don't open. It's just a simple table. This whole thing, I got everything here for I want to say it was $145, and then I turned around and got a few other things from her, so she got $160 from me. And then here is another little side table. And I always like these tables like this that had the upper and the lower. And this is the copper insert that I wanted to show you. My husband was just trying to show off his muscles and his wearing no shirt. And this is what's crazy is our whole marriage, we've been married 20 years, and I've seen him without a shirt, like out in public, maybe 2 times. And this is the one day when he has no shirt on. So everybody watching my video is going to think, man, her husband is so redneck. He's walking around with no shirt on. How inappropriate. So, yeah, anyways, just wanted to share. And the flower box has a top on it. I love this thing, y'all. I really like it. I went to Goodwill in Dayton when I left that sale, and I got this little picnic basket. It still had all the little stuff in it. You know, some of the picnic baskets come with, like, little cups and plates and everything in them. The top little handle was broken, but the handle was inside of it, so I can fix it. I also got that flower pot at the yard sale, and it's very heavy. Remember these ducks from the 80s? They are big sellers in the booth whenever you paint them. And I found 2 of them. And look at this sweet little bird I found for 99 cents. You know I couldn't pass him up. It's a bird. Come on. So, yeah, I forgot. You know, I actually spent over $200 because I forgot I went to Goodwill and spent another $40. So, yeah, I ended up spending about $250, to be honest with you, if you want to be real honest. But, yeah. And here's my bags of Goodwill stuff. So, let me show you. And I hate that this video is going too long. It worries me because I want people to watch my stuff. I'm outside while I'm recording this, and Loretta's wanting her mealworms, so just ignore her. That is a picture with little bears on the top. Now, this is my favorite thing that we got at the yard sale. This is a solid piece of pine. It is a mantle. It is a solid piece. And what I mean by that is those bottom pieces were not attached to the top. It was carved from one large piece of pine. And we wasn't sure if it was pine or what it was until my husband started sanding it down. And the sap started coming out, and we smelled it. We knew it was pine. But, y'all, when he started sanding this, I saw the beauty that this thing is. It's gorgeous. It was a little scratched up, but, hey, we can sand it. I've been wanting a mantle in my craft room. So when I'm staging my pictures, and what that means is when I take my pictures to show you guys, we call it staging our pictures, making our product look good. So, you know, like if you do a flower pot, you put your flowers in it so you can get an idea what it's going to look like. I'm staging it. So this mantle, I'm going to put it up in my craft room so I can put my stuff on it so everybody can see it, and it actually looks like it's on a mantle, you know, in your house. But, guys, I'm so impressed by this. Do you know this mantle was $10? $10. Okay? That flower pot underneath it that weighed a ton was only $10. Those 2 tables, the 2 end tables, the white ones, were $20, and that's for the set. And then that long table, the sofa table, was only 10. Like, each thing was $10. So I cannot gripe that we spent, you know, $160 with her. I cannot gripe about that. I cut out bits and pieces of this video as I could because I did not want this thing to go on forever. So I wanted y'all to know that. So back to the good stuff. It's kind of like girlfriend time, you know. So there, look at this picture, y'all. Do y'all remember these that everybody had in their house? It was a boy and a girl. All they had was the boy, but I snagged it when I saw it. I was so excited about that. And look at this little birdhouse, y'all. It's a birdhouse, and it lights up, and I've tested it already. It's like one of those warmers where you put your candle in the top or your scent, and you turn on the light however high you want it. And it really was very bright. I think I paid $5 for this, but hey, it's got birds on it. I don't care. And I also found this basket. And we haven't even got to my very favorite thing that I found at the antique store. One of my favorite things I've ever found. Now look at this. This is after he worked on this for just a few minutes and sanded it down. That's where the sap was coming out. And look at the difference just from him sanding it down a few minutes. And oh my gosh, y'all, gorgeous. This is the little light with the birds. And I know I'm kind of bouncing around and I'm sorry, but I just get excited. And I wish I could talk to you guys all day, you know. But yeah, I'm a little bit more chatty when I have my coffee in the mornings anyways. This is an actual corset that I got from a lady, and it's dirty and it's filthy, but it's a really old corset. There's no way I could wear something like this, y'all. I don't know how people did it, but like I said, it's dirty. I've even washed it and stuff. It just won't come clean. It is, I don't know how old. And I wanted to show you that one shelf that my husband made from the barn wood. It did not sell. The one that I told you was 30 bucks. So guess what? I put it up beside my thing so I can take pictures beside it because I love it. It's even got moss on it. There's my baby shoes, and there is a salt and pepper shaker, and there is a duck that I have, and I also have a rocky horse, and just some old things that I have on this. And I love these barnwood shelves because they have the moss on them. I think that makes it amazing. I've got so much more that I would love to share with you guys. So if y'all like videos like this, let me know and I can do one each week. Just like a haul and a little girl time. This is like a big bison, and when you put him up on the wall, he looks like he's running through the wall. And we had to repair one of his little hooves. And we're at the end of the video, and this is my very favorite find. I found this in the antique store in Dayton. It is a yearbook for 1966, and it's a nursing yearbook. In Chattanooga, Tennessee, there is a hospital called Erlanger, and this is actually the nursing school where my mama went to nursing school. And that's why it was special to me, and plus I'm a nurse, so I was drawn to it anyway. And seeing all these old nurses, and I wish they would have done this for me when I went through nursing school. We didn't have a yearbook. We took pictures when we graduated, but that's as far as it went. And this was so amazing to me at how many women was going through the school at this time. There wasn't, like, I guess apparently the college was on the campus of Erlanger. But I just thought this was so amazing. And I think this book was like $15, and I snatched it from them. I was like, that's mine. And they also had a picture that I'm going to go back for, but it was $30 and I was too cheap. Okay, so Miss Retta was outside, and she let me know real quick that she is disgusted with me because it's been about 3 days since I've gotten her mealworms. Right, baby? And she's very upset. She said she can't have this kind of thing and stick around, so I'm sorry, Retta. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Look how sweet Retta is. Retta's precious. She's precious. These chickens are the most... It's got to be their breed. They all have the same demeanor. And look at her just sitting here. She's just chilling. Ain't that right? This is beautiful. I mean, look into her eyes. That's beauty. That's love. Ain't that right, baby girl? Mama loves her. She loves to have her little neck stroked. Yes, and be told how beautiful she is. And much to her surprise, I did buy her some mealworms today when I went to the store. So, we're going to go have us some mealworms and tell everybody bye. Say I just stopped in to say hi. Retta, tell them bye, okay? Tell them bye. Say bye-bye. Look at how beautiful she is. Look into her eyes. She's a sweet girl. I love my rat-a-tat-tat-tat. I love her so much. She's such a sweet chicken, and look how soft she is. She's like, I don't know, like, I can't even describe what their feathers feel like. It's so weird. But tell everybody bye. See, I just stopped in so you can see my beauty. And Mama can rub her face on my feathers. Like, her feathers feel like they're oiled down. So weird. It don't feel like a regular chicken feather. I don't know if you can see it up close, but when they're in the sun, they kind of like sparkle this green color. She's just magic. You know, she's watching Sabby. Sabby's walking around in the floor. Sab, there he is. And she's trying to check him out and see what he's doing, right? Because he's a mess. He came and jumped up on me, and she's like, excuse me? Excuse me?